Hello, warriors. Welcome to the You Movement. I am B. I wanted to hop on today and talk about something that I haven't really talked a huge amount about on this journey. I have done multiple videos on the empath narcissist paradigm. And if you haven't watched those videos, I do have a narcissist playlist, a narcissistic abuse and trauma bond playlist that I highly recommend. There's some very useful videos on there that might assist you if you find yourself, like I have throughout my life, replaying out this paradigm of empath narcissist. But one dynamic that I've not looked at is the dynamic between the triangulation that is played out. So the narcissist placing themselves, of course, at the top of the pyramid, then triangulates out different family members. And I've mentioned, those common roles, although there are multiple roles. The most common roles are the scapegoat and the golden child. And the scapegoat can do no right, and the golden child can do no wrong. And I'm here in my park just grounding some energy today, and I found this lovely little mini acorn. And it speaks volumes to me. We get lessons and teachers from all kinds of natures. You can see that one of these acorns has developed nice and thoroughly and has obviously taken the majority of the nutrients provided to it, and the other one not doing so great. And I thought to myself, wow, this is a really awesome interpretation of what happens energetically in that triangulated role between the scapegoat and the golden. And so the golden, being this guy here, is given all kinds of attention, affection, adulation, praise, gifts, monetary, backing towards their pursuits or things like that. Whereas the little scapegoat over here gets, all the family shame, the blame, the ridicule, all those types of energies. So what then happens between these two? If one is receiving all kinds of energy, which is an opposition energy that the other is receiving, what happens between these two siblings, and usually it's a sibling situation here, is dysfunction. It happens between this relationship can't thrive in balance or in harmony or for the betterment of either. They're both robbed of the opportunity to truly develop a healthy bonded sibling relationship. And I know this is played out in my own life and is currently front and center in my own life, and trying to recognize patterns and cycles, and so that I can break them, is I'm looking at what role I have played in this, because even though I was the younger sibling, from the time that I was adopted, did what the family told me to do, which was to worship and to idolize this amazing person that was in my life. And that's exactly what I did. I held the golden, as in they were the best thing in the entire world. And the fact that they also were given their role, which was to place me as well as a scapegoat, meant that they didn't respond or reciprocate that energy. In fact, the opposite. Quite often the narcissist, being my mother in my family, played us off of each other, because in so doing she would create that triangulation, that divide. So they grew up to believe that the best thing to do was to ignore me, to minimize me, to often participate in ridicule or making fun of me. So I grew up thinking oh, this is what love is. This is what love is. Love is silence. Love is being ignored, rejected, made fun of, put down. That's what love is. And so I'm seeing now in my life how that this relationship, this paradigm has played out in my romantic field over and over and over again, falling for emotionally unavailable men, or men that played the role in their as a golden in their own household, where they, were triangulated against their other siblings, playing the role of trying to prove my worth to the golden, trying to change the paradigm of making myself smaller, minimizing myself, to say, yes, I'm worthy, I'm lovable, please choose me, this constant chasing energy, which I find very fascinating, because this whole twin flame phenomenon and situationship that I found myself in is an exact replica of this. I'm in a lot of ways, as painful as learning has been, I'm grateful for the lessons, because this twin flame situationship has repetitively taught me over and over again what love is not. Love is not silence. Love is not ghosting. Love is not ridicule. Love is not abuse. Love is not, and it's like this light gets shined on this situation on a spiritual level that is constantly exposing all the shadow aspects. And so it's a weird thing to go through. If you're not on a twin flame journey, it's a bizarre spiritual teaching tool that God, Spirit, the divine uses to make you face your shadow. And my shadow has been facing this relationship, this paradigm of constantly going through life, chasing after goldens, trying to prove my worth. And it's a disempowering role to live your entire life in. And so as I've been on my healing journey, healing my body, healing my emotions, and seeing all the shadowy shit that's been at play, and all these cycles and programming and this, that, and the other, it's become an imperative process of identifying what is reality, what is really at play here, because we need to bring the unconscious into the conscious, or the subconscious into the conscious mind. And when we do, it's like that expression, the truth will set you free, but first it will piss you the fuck off. And it certainly does, when you realize, you've been playing a role of disempowerment because it's been a program that some narcissistic person placed you in and said, this is your role, that is their role, now go off into the world with this malware program running and try to function. And well, it's been hard to function. I've had multiple failed relationships over the years. And although I'm coming up to celebrate my year of no contact tomorrow, which is making me feel a sense of empowerment, I, in this last year, have wanted to look at all of the power plays that have been at play, so that I never, ever, ever repeat that. I don't want to ever repeat myself in a situation romantically or in any other way, friend, family, boss, whatever, where I am made to make myself become smaller to feed the ego of somebody else. And it's an unfortunate role to place either in. I don't think either position is a healthy position, because it causes unhealthy attachment styles. One being a clinging, anxious attachment style. The other one being avoidant, I'm out of here, I can do whatever I want attachment style. But neither get healthy attachment. And healthy attachment is what is desirable, so that you can live a life where you are having relationships that are giving and receiving a constant flow of healthy energy, supporting, compassion, care, fun, joy, this kind of reciprocal energy of a two-way flow is what is love. And I'm starting to experience that for the first time in my life in friendships now, because I've done so much healing work and clearing work. I have cleared out and brought in friends that reciprocate energy, and it's a very different vibe. It's a very different energy than you would be used to if you were used to minimizing yourself and making yourself smaller and people pleasing and catering to the needs of others as a means to, like, please don't go away, please pay attention to me. And so I'm sitting here today in the park, just taking in a certain level of acceptance, a level of awareness, because if you aren't aware, you can't shift it or change it. And acceptance means that you can see what the power dynamic is at play. And I do have gratitude to be shown everything love is not. Although it hits hard sometimes when you are looking at it through the lens of relationships and how they've played out in your life, whether they be parental, whether they be sibling, whether they be romantic or friend. It's amazing to me the programming and how it infiltrates into absolutely everything in your life. Narcissism is a little bit like a fungus, and it proliferates and goes into everything and just fucks up everything. And the only way to rectify it is a constant and continual process of identifying and finding it, and then looking at it for what it is and dealing with it and countering it. And each time you clear out more of this malware that's running, you allow in space and room for better things to come, better energies to fill those other energies. That if your energies that you grew up with were not feeling loved, not feeling valued, not feeling good enough, and you start to heal all of that, what you replace it with is a feeling of self-worth, a feeling of self-love, and a feeling of empowerment. And so power is something that I'm stepping into in my life. It's an energy that I've never been in before, and it's one that I hope to continue to gain greater strength and greater clarity. And when I was sitting under the tree, this little mighty oak tree, it's from little acorns that mighty oaks grow. And so let's just peel off what was stealing the energy from us here, and be in our own, and say, from this little acorn, a mighty, mighty oak can stand as we ground ourselves into a new reality, and we take root, and we get strong. And it takes time for this little acorn to get broken and open itself up deep in the soil, so that the rooting system can go deep into the ground before that mighty oak stands in its absolute power. So I'm liking the messages that Spirit is giving me today by ways of teaching through nature. And I'm sending you all power, strength to stand in your own mightiness. If you have been made small your whole life, it's time to feel tall again. It's time to empower self. Where we started from on this unfuckening movement was to save yourself. Mission 1, save yourself. And that's what we have been doing. That's what I have been doing. And standing in your truth, your authenticity, and your power is the next phase of this awakening process. So with that said, I'm sending you all of my love. If you want some help on your awakening path, feel free to reach out to me. The way to do that is in the description below. Thank you for all of the likes, the shares, and the subscriptions. I greatly appreciate that. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them and I can do a video on that. With that said, peace out.